Put your money intact, put your money intact. Invest and show that your money come back. Put your money intact, put your money intact. Invest and show that your money come back. Everybody say, one child, one youth, one tack. One child, one youth, one tack. Tack, 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 tack. Become financially free. Join the abundance community, diaspora city. Yeah, we got global accessibility. Your future, your currency. Everybody say, one child, one youth, one tack. One child, one youth, one tack. Tack, 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 tack. Become financially free. Join the abundance community, diaspora city. Contact our website or social media for more info. Everybody say, one child, one youth, one tack. One child, one youth, one tack. Tack, 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 tack.
Hello all, it's Ortyom Aondo here again. TACC continues to go uphill. It's a good time to be alive, and also one of the worst times to be alive. And I've always reminded us that where there is so much pain, there is so much gain. And I've also reminded you that tough time create tough men, and good time create weak men. So we are in that era in human history where we have weak people leading us as leaders. That is why you're seeing the war, and you're seeing the way in which things are turning out. Things are not getting worse, things are just revealing themselves. And as we move into this new era of technology, into this new era of artificial intelligence, into this new era of blockchain and cryptocurrency, we must position ourselves for what the future entails. And we all know that cryptocurrency will be the money of the internet, and the internet is the future. We must all take our destiny into our hands by making sure that we position ourselves in this new era, in this new space called cryptocurrency, powered by blockchain technology. The abundance coin, your favorite bet. So this section today we'll be looking at what is money. And I was supposed to use this session as training, as our Saturday training, but we all know what happened during our trainings and in the last Saturdays. And the director of training, Professor Delia Samuel, has asked me to do a section on to do this section so that we post it on our YouTube channel, where you can go and listen to it without any interruption or network glitch. All right, it is on this basis that I tend to present to you the topic tonight, which is what is money. And in this section will last for probably less than an hour or an hour at most. So I'll try as much as possible to congest my points so that you'll be able to assimilate and understand what we're talking about. So at the end of this section, you will understand what money is, and you will also know how can one earn money. And then you will also be looking at, can people make a lot of money? Okay, so I repeat, we are looking at three main things at the end of this section, this training. You are going to learn three things. One, what is money? Two, how can one earn money? And three, can people earn or make a lot of money? All right, the first one, which is what is money? Money can be conceived as a medium of exchange used to pay used to buy goods and pay for services. And human beings have over time used money to settle transactions, to trade with each other. And remember, I've told you that in this part of West Africa, at some point, salt was used as money. But now let's go back to the historical part of how money evolved. So we'll start with the barter state, when our ancestors started transacting and exchanging goods and services with each other. They started with what we know as trade by barter, and we all here, I believe, will know what trade by barter is, but let me still explain it. Trade by barter is a process where I might have some pepper and you might have some onions. So it could be that the only thing I farm, the only thing I have or produce is my pepper. Okay, so now when I take it to the market, if I need your onions, I will have to exchange my pepper to get, in order for me to get your onions. And in the process, if you need my pepper, and I will now give you my pepper, and in the process, we'll exchange each other's goods. Okay, and if somebody has a goat and you have a tomato, for example, the person can exchange their basket of tomatoes and then give you a goat in return, and vice versa. So that was the kind of medium of exchange that was used in the past, and human beings traded what. So in the old African society, there was no such thing as unemployment. Every family had a trade, every family had a craft, you know. And I've said it that even what you call people who have spiritual knowledge of how the environment works can use their knowledge as a way of exchanging goods. Okay, so, and I've told you that in every African family there's what we call a priest or a king. Okay, and these children are usually unique. They have more understanding of the universe or the world around us more than others. Their wisdom is different. They are not taught this wisdom. Sometimes they exhibit abilities that are even way beyond their age. So, and I said that those of us in TACC, if you are in TACC, there's a high tendency that in your family you are a different person. Okay, and the infinite does not just bring people together. These people that come together must be people that share a common lifestyle. So we see ourselves, those of us in TACC, I can bet you majority of us in TACC are renegades, as in we're different in our families. And this does not mean we are superior to our siblings, or we are different, or we are more like, it's based on humility. We're different from our siblings, you know. So people are not the same generally. That is how, if you want to look at the concept of equality, you can just look at your fingers. And this is the harsh truth that the world doesn't want to come out to accept. We are all the same, but we are not equal. So your fingers are the same. Your fingers are the same, but they are not equal. You have a finger that is tall, that is short, and that is tall, and that is taller. Okay, but every finger on your hand has its own use and is also important. There's no finger that you have that is not important like the other finger. But if you look at your hand, you will see that your hand, some of the fingers there are longer than others. This is the way of the divine teaching us that we are all the same, but we are not equal. So, and because we're not equal doesn't mean we are inferior to each other. So, like I said again, your fingers demonstrate that is the universe teaching you right there. The universe demonstrates right there that you are all the same. We are all the same, but we are not still equal. But we are not being equal doesn't mean we are not important or we are less important. Your shortest finger, which is the last, is the shortest, but that does not mean it is insignificant or it is less important. So we need to get that. That is why they will always be leaders, and these are the people that we have in each family. Okay, so in our Asian African society now, these are people that have the ability to heal. You know, they have all these gifts, but you know, when the colonial masters come, they have to break our family and introduce all sorts of things, and these things have all been should I say, been wiped out, in the sense that when a child begins to display different abilities, being considered either a stubborn person, or that the child is being considered an outcast, or the child is being cast out, or even called rebellious. But no, these are people that are usually different, and they are the people that are meant to break generational curses. So if you are in TACC, there's high tendency that you are that person. You are different from your siblings in your family. So in the ancient times, these people can also use their gifts as a means of exchange. However, you know, why they exchange their gift, they must not be fixated with the gift. They must put service first. So no matter what you are blessed with, you must make sure you put service first. Do not put the gain. The gain will always come, but make sure that you always put service first. Okay, so when these people carry out healing, they are being gifted good. Like I said, my dad happens to be one of those people. My dad used to heal a lot of sicknesses back in the days. These were things that he learned from his father, I'm sorry. And my father too was somebody. My grandfather was somebody who was also healing a lot of people. And when they heal people like this, the people come back to thank them with chickens. So you know we have a lot of chickens back there in the house. You know, so these are also gifts. So people like that can also give their services as an exchange, as a means of exchanging goods and also paying for services. So now along the line, trade by barter could no longer hold water, and our society has to evolve. We then introduce something, and our ancestors introduced what we know as a cowries, you know. But again, an ideal money, remember I said an ideal money must have four or four basic characteristics. So they introduce salt as money, they also introduce cowries as money, and they also introduce cow as money. But this medium of exchange failed to meet up. Why? Because barter failed because sometimes barter failed because it failed to solve the problem of what we could know, or what is known as the problem of the double no sorry the double spend no 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 not double spending, the coincidence of want. So coincidence of want is a process where somebody might not need my pepper, but I will definitely, let's say I have pepper and I need somebody's onions. So the person that I want to exchange my pepper with in order to get onions from, the person might not necessarily need my pepper. So human beings have to invent a new kind of money, something that will stand in the gap and be used as a medium of exchange. So that was how our ancestors were able to bring cowries, shell, and even use cow as money. But remember, a good money and a sound or an ideal money must have these four basic characteristics. It must be fungible, that is easily divisible. It must be portable, that is easily carried around. It must be scarce, okay, that is it's not too much in abundance, you know, because, and this is the irony of it all, most of the things that sustain us as human beings are things that we don't even pay for them. If you can't live 4 minutes without air, right? You can't live 4 minutes without air, but air is in abundance, so air cannot be used as a medium of exchange. There's water, even though in the capitalist society people have commercialized water, but people even still sell water. But there's no scarcity of water. Trust me, there's no scarcity of water. The same thing, land. Okay, so an ideal money must be scarce. It must not be abundant in nature. And lastly, an ideal money must be durable. I want to take it again. An ideal money must be fungible, it must be portable, it must be scarce, and it must be durable. So now, cowries and shells fail to meet up with what an ideal money would be, because cowries are abundance in nature, they are not scarce. Okay, but they are portable, and they are also fungible, and they are also durable. Okay, because a shell can last for a long time, and is portable, it can easily be carried around, and it is divisible, that is they are in small shapes. So but the only problem that shells possess, that it failed to meet up as an ideal sound money, was because shells and salt was abundant in nature, so it failed. So scarcity, so it was not scarce, it was abundant in nature, so it failed to be used as money, and it got defeated. The idea of an ideal money in that aspect got defeated. So the reason why a cow was also failed to be used as a medium of exchange, or failed to be used as an ideal money, is because a cow is not and cannot be easily divisible. Even though you can, a cow is not portable. It's not easy to transport a whole cow across space-time. Okay, and a cow and a ideal money it must also be durable. Yes, a cow can stay for a long time, but they cannot stay. There's no cow that can stay for 40 years. Okay, they will definitely die, so they are not durable. So in that process, a cow failed to be used as a form of money. So in this process now, we have to invent. Our ancestors invented gold. We know from history that the richest man in history was Mansa Musa. His net worth as of today is estimated to be around $400 billion. So this was a man from Mali. He was a Mali king. He traveled when he traveled to Mecca for pilgrimage. He distributed gold free of charge to the extent that the economy of Egypt has to collapse because people were having too much gold. He gave out gold for free. So at some point, at that point now, it was gold and silver that was used as money. But remember, an ideal money must also be scarce, and it must also be portable. Gold is not portable. It's not easy for you to transport gold across space-time, and gold is not also scarce. You can print. There are abundant of gold in nature, so gold has to fail to be used as a medium of exchange. So now we are in 21st century, and the new monetary system was given birth, which was fiat currency. Remember, after World War II, the United States was the only country in the world that has the highest gold reserve, even though they don't have gold. And where were those gold coming from Africa? So the US dollars didn't started up as money. The US dollar didn't started up as money. It started up as a receipt. Okay, and how can we explain this? Is this? So back then, if you have an ounce of gold, okay, you can now take that gold and deposit it in the bank, and a receipt will be issued to you to demonstrate that you have this so amount of gold in volt. So now, if you want to get anything, if you want to buy anything back then, what you just need to do is to go and show that receipt of the gold, the receipt, the US dollar as a receipt. It was a receipt. The same way if you buy a mobile phone, you are being given a receipt. It's the same way when you deposit gold in a vault back in those days, you are given a receipt to demonstrate that you truly have the amount of gold that you have. So when you want to go and buy a car, for example, you will now instead of you to take that gold to that person to go and pay them, you will now take that receipt and go and give to that person that you are buying a car from, and the person will now take that receipt and then they will give you a car. And if these people now want to convert that receipt to gold, they will bring that receipt to the bank, and the bank will give you the equivalent amount of gold that is on that receipt. So that was how the US dollar gave birth. So in this process now, the government will not be able to print enormous amount of money in order for them to fund war, because the US is a war. These are warlike people. These are people that built their economy and their civilization based on bloodshed. The capitalism, the US, especially as it's found in the West, did not develop or did not grow out of really having the ability to subjugate and dominate the environment in the way that goes along with nature. No. These people before they could eat, somebody must die. Before the Caucasians will eat or live and survive, there must be blood. These people slaughtered more people than any other race on the planet during their slavery and colonization, and even now that we're in the era of imperialism. So they were having so much gold, and along the line they started building their military. The US has the highest military budget in the world of a worldwide conquest proportion. So these guys so a civilized society. So somebody will call himself civilized, and they would wake up in the morning, kiss their family, kiss their wives, kiss their kids, and go and manufacture bombs, and go and manufacture guns, and go and manufacture technology that will kill other people, and will kill other people's wives, and will kill other people's children. This is what the West calls civilization. Somebody who claims to be civilized will wake up and say, "Oh, I'm going to work, honey," and they will kiss their wife on their forehead, kiss their children, and go and create a bomb that will annihilate other people's family. This is what you call civilization. So when the US started creating and expanding their military, the French were the first to notice that where are these people getting this money from? And the US said, I think France was the first country to start saying that the US should give back their gold, should give them back their gold. And in 1971, Richard Nixon, the president of the United States, because he knew that they're not having such gold in their reserve. He has to take the US dollar off the gold standard. And what does this mean? It therefore means now that for every dollar in circulation, unlike in the past, that every dollar in circulation was backed by an equal amount of gold, now the US can just print the dollar unlimitedly and share it to the world, and that will be a worldwide currency. And why is this thing being sustained? It is being sustained by war. Look at the war that is going on in Ukraine now. Look at the war going on in Somalia. Look at the war going on in the Congo. Look at the war, the terrorism going on in Nigeria. And you ask, there's no single country in Africa that manufactures gun, but all the warlords in Africa have guns and AK-47, and they use sophisticated weapons that have been created by the West. So how do these people survive? Like I told you, they must shed blood, they must kill, and that is their nature. They are murderers. All what the West used in building their empire was gotten on the basis of rape, plunder, massacre, murder, mass brainwashing, and mass miseducation. Especially as it pertains to the African continent. So now this fiat currency now has failed to be an ideal money. Why? Because I remember I said an ideal money must be scarce, and so now that the US government have taken the US dollar off the gold standard, the US dollar now is a fiat currency. It is not backed by anything, so they can print everything in unlimitedly, and nobody will stop them because they have the military. They have more than 900 and something military bases outside of their countries, occupying other people's country for resources. So now in 2008, Satoshi Nakamoto came up with a plan in order for him to make sure that this does not continue, and the US should not continue to use its dollar to subjugate the world. And Satoshi Nakamoto dealt a heavy blow. Satoshi Nakamoto invention will be one of the greatest inventions that will go down in human history. What that guy do was just something out of this world. He invented the money of the internet, and there's this guy, this Chomsky, one of the European scholars or Western scholars, who said that if for you to create something that will upset this system, that thing must be attractive to even them, that they cannot even be able to stop it. That was what Satoshi Nakamoto did. He actually made cryptocurrency, which is now the new money, very attractive, more profitable than anything you have found in human history. Remember, since Bitcoin came on the scene in 2009, it has been the best performing asset till date. We now have the likes of BlackRock, who their CEO Larry Fink, who once called Bitcoin a scam. Now he was the first person to have a Bitcoin spot ETF to be approved in the US. And people like Warren Buffett will call Bitcoin rat poison, and they will have their bank in Brazil will be heavily investing in Bitcoin. And you have JP Morgan saying that any of his employees that played with Bitcoin will be sacked, but his company and his banks are busy buying Bitcoin in Europe. So this is how these people have been misleading us. So now we are in the era of a new monetary system called cryptocurrency, powered by blockchain technology, and this form of money now has met the criteria of what an ideal money is. Remember, I said an ideal money must be fungible, that is easily divisible. Bitcoin is easily divisible into satoshis. Okay, and an ideal money must also be portable. You can easily, anywhere you are with your phone, you can do transaction on the cryptocurrency network anywhere you are around the world, as far as you are with your phone. In fact, if you know your password offered, your phone can get damaged, and as far as you remember your passwords and your usernames and emails and all those details, you'll be able to access your account anytime, and it will be there forever. Nobody will be able to steal it. So an ideal money must be portable. So cryptocurrency is portable. An ideal money must also be scarce. Cryptocurrency is scarce. For example, there will only be 21 million Bitcoin that will only be in existence, and there will only be 50 million TACC coins that will only be in existence. So crypto, TACC, Bitcoin has made the criteria of what an ideal money is. Satoshi will never add more Bitcoin to Bitcoin network. Chief Abundance will never add more TACC to TACC network. It's fixed. Unlike the fiat currency, the central bank money, the naira, the dollars, the pound, the sterlings, all these things, they are unlimited. They are not scarce. They are unlimited. Nobody has ever audited the central bank. They don't get audited. So, and again, cryptocurrency is durable. As far as the internet exists, cryptocurrency will always exist. As far as the internet is here, as far as the mobile phones are here, cryptocurrency will always be here. And remember, there's one thing with technology. Technology is like a river. It flows only one way. Technology is one-way street. It only goes forward. It can't go backward. So cryptocurrency has made the ideal form of money, which is fungible, easily divisible, portable, easy to be carried around, and scarce, unlimited and limited in supply, and it's also durable. Now we move to the second section, which is how can one earn a lot of money? Okay, somebody can earn a lot of money by creating a product and then by solving a problem. Okay, so in order for you to have money as a human being, you must be able to solve a problem. And those of us that are in TACC, what problem are we solving? We are solving worldwide problem known as artificial scarcity, artificial poverty, and artificial lack. And when you solve world problems, world wealth, the entire wealth of the world will follow you. Okay, and Mark Zuckerberg, okay, is able to become a billionaire. He's worth around $274 billion because he has solved a $1 billion problem. He is the owner of Meta. Meta comprises of WhatsApp, connecting billions of people. Meta consists of Instagram, connecting billions of people across the planet. Meta consists of Facebook, also containing billions, connecting billions of people. So Zuckerberg is a typical example of how an individual can make a lot of money. You just have to solve a world problem. And those of us in TACC, we are solving a world problem of hunger, a world problem of artificial lack, because we have always maintained and known for a fact that scarcity is artificial. There's no such thing as scarcity. And I've said human beings are the only creatures on the planet that die because of hunger, that beg for food. You will never, no matter how, you will never see a bird begging for food. You will never see a bird begging another bird for food. You will never see a bird dying of hunger. They might die of illness, but they will never die of hunger. Nature and the universe always provide. Why then is the case of we humans different? It is because it was designed to be so. So these are the things that TACC sets out to address. And how can we then earn this money? We need to make TACC the same way. Look, remember I told you that the real currency is your energy. The real currency is your energy. Mark Zuckerberg is able to make billions because he puts his energy into Meta. I ask you, dear Tiashans, where are you putting your most energies? Where are you putting your most energies? Remember, you are where you are now because of where you have been putting your energy. You are where you are right now because of where you are putting your energy. If you are look around you, what is this thing that takes most of your time? It might be your political party, it might be your religion, and I'm like, so when you speak of religion, we're not calling all the men of God bad or evil. We are not saying that they are criminals or no. We are just saying that there is a fundamental problem on how they are approaching the divine. Look, Mark Zuckerberg is more in line with the purpose of God in his life than 95% of Christians in Africa. In other words, Zuckerberg is pleasing God more than 95% of Christians and religious people in Africa. Why is this so? Why? Because Mark Zuckerberg is living his purpose. Remember, everything that God created in this world is meant to serve a purpose. Zuckerberg identified his purpose. What is his purpose? He created a platform that connected billions. We all met on, those of us that are in TACC, we all met online. I went to Ghana, but we've been doing business with Ghanaians since 2019. That was when we started TACC. But we started doing this business without meeting each other. So who do we have to thank for that? Definitely we have Mark Zuckerberg to thank for that. He connected us. We met on WhatsApp platforms. So he solved a problem. So now, and that is, so if Mark Zuckerberg wakes up every day, what takes his time 7 days a week, 24 hours a day is his platform Meta. Zuckerberg will not attend anything that does not have to do with his company. His company is his way of serving God. So your real way of serving God should be that you identify your purpose, and our purpose in TACC is to create abundance, because scarcity has been normalized. So we are here to upturn the table to say no, scarcity is artificial. Scarcity is artificial. So how then can we make this money again? We must become meaningful, specific, as Chief Abundance has always told us. The same energy you put, some of you have said it before. I said the reason why you are not making progress because you have put your energy in the wrong places. You go to church 7 days a week. You attend political parties rallies. You don't miss all these things, but you miss the audios of Chief Abundance. You wake up every day and you go to serve your master, which is the government. If you're a civil servant, you are serving a master. That's why you are called civil servant. Civil servant. We are essentially a servant serving a master. So you have been serving this system, some of you for 25, 30, 35 years, and look at how your life has been. And who are these masters? Political governments. So government, politics, and religion, these are the two things that steal and suck at our energy. A politician is always engaged in his political affairs work. So you must also get engaged in making sure that you create abundance for yourself. You must always make sure that each day you wake up, you do that thing that pushes you towards creating of abundance. That is how to earn money. How can we earn money? We can earn and make a lot of money by being meaningful, specific, by focusing on our mission and vision as a community. You must not miss weekly training. You must not miss any update that is being posted in the group. The same way. So remember, and I want to tell you this. Look at the correlation. I've told you this in our last training. I said, pay attention. The most religious countries in the world are the most poorest and the most violent. Afghanistan is the most prayerful country in the world. Where is the headquarters of terrorism in the world as I speak to you now? In Afghanistan. The government of Afghanistan right now is currently being taken by terrorists. And this is the most prayerful country in the world. The second prayerful country in the world is where? Nigeria. And Nigeria is considered the poverty capital of the nation, of the world. And 20 million children in Nigeria are out of school. 20 million, that is, I've said it, that is the population of Liberia and Sierra Leone combined. Do you know what it means? We are sitting on a time bomb. 20 million children without education in the next 10, 20 years. How will their life turn out to be? It will be a hell on the African continent and by extension, the entire world. Because we now live in a global village. Wherever you are in the world, you will be affected by all these things that are happening that I'm making a reference to in this audio. So we have to be wise. We are putting our energy into the wrong places. And if we must make this money, it's just to see what these billionaires are doing. What are they doing? Their life is being occupied by what will bring them money. Zuckerberg, Amazon boss, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, they are always talking about money. How to expand their companies. How Elon Musk is always talking about how to go to space. Amazon boss is always talking about how to expand his e-commerce business. You must always be thinking about expanding your own empire as because TACC is your empire. Remember, if one TACC go to $10,000 and you're a member of the community, everybody will benefit. So this is not something that will uplift just one person. Everybody will be uplifted. Everybody will be uplifted. So we can earn money by making sure that we become people of value, that will become meaningful, specific, and dedicate our time into that which will bring us ultimate wealth. And the last one, which is, can people make a lot of money? Of course, people can make a lot of money. People, if I tell you, dear Tiachans, if we decide that we want $1 trillion each in this community, we will have it. The universe will give it to us. The universe is everly ready to bless us. But how then can we make this money? Again, this point now will be similar to the second point. We must become people of value. We must become people of value. We must start understanding that nobody will come and save us. And we must also know for a fact that prayers, that government, that religion, and bad educational policies will not save us. Remember, these are the three things that have kept us backward. Bad educational policies, religion, and politics. And in politics, they say you are this, you are that. If you are not, and guess what? The politicians don't fight. It is the people that are supporting them that are always fighting. In bad educational practices, we see things like, especially in Africa here, where I taught how to draw a worm and label a worm. While children in China are being taught how to create phones, how to manufacture phones, drones, and all these things. A child in Africa here is trained. He's being taught how to label, how to draw and label a grasshopper. We must wake up. We must be wise. We must be wise. We cannot allow ourselves to be fooled. Look, the things I'm revealing to you now are things that if we don't reveal it to ourselves, if we don't confront it, and this is, if we don't confront it and deal with it head on, we are all going to perish. And I cannot sit idly by and watch this happen. At least let me do my part. Let me speak. In the script, it says that if you go to the city and you tell them, you speak to them and you preach to them, and they fail to listen, dust your feet. You have done your part. I'm doing my part. I'm revealing all these things to you, brothers and sisters. We must face ourselves and face that which has been affecting us for hundreds and even thousands of years. Yes. We must address them. This, you think, this look, we have been miseducated. So again, it then asks the question, how can we make a lot of money? Study the great. What has Mark Zuckerberg done? What has Dangote done? Let us use the black man in Africa, the richest black man on earth. What has he done that he's now worth $20 billion? He's always building his empire. So the thing is, when you are building TACC, you're not only building TACC for yours and for me, you are also building TACC for yourself, like I've said. This is a win-win situation. So when you expand the base in TACC, when you put TACC in the hands of our brothers and sisters, you're actually helping yourself too. This is unlike in other institutions where if you help a politicians win elections, once they win the elections, they withdraw their children from your school, from the school that your children are attending with them, and they take that. This has happened countless times. We're living in this area with these children, and their dad became a chairman. They were all withdrawn from that particular school that they were attending. And where did we hear that they were attending schools? In Malaysia. And I bet you a lot of you in this community can relate. that a lot of that at least you witness some of these things. A politician that does not have anything, but you help him win election, his children were attending the same schools with your children, but immediately they won their elections, they withdrew their children, and you don't even know where your children are schooling anymore. It's the same thing with your religious leaders. Majority of religious leaders, their children are not even schooling here in Nigeria. Majority of them, their children have they have dual citizenship, and they've so much brainwashed us into thinking that it is by prayer that we will make money. No, it is not. It is not. I repeat, anything that the government endorses and pushes and encourages, for the most part, those things are not meant to help you. If prayers are so good in advancing the cause of a nation, and if prayer is a tool in dealing with the devil and dealing with bad governance, the government will never have encouraged it. Spending billions to help you build churches, the government will never invest in things that will give you power. They will never. The government, I told you I went to a cryptocurrency. So now, this is it. I already had cryptocurrency knowledge. I started crypto, like I said, since 2018, and I've educated myself and I understood crypto very well. And when I went to a cryptocurrency seminar that was organized by government, I was just laughing there with my friend. I was just laughing. I said, what? And I was looking at the hall. I was saying to myself, so majority of the young people here and that don't have the knowledge that I have in crypto, we buy this idea. And trust me, they will make no single progress. Like, literally speaking, I said, the way the government were educating people about crypto, it was never in a way that is empowering. And most of the things I even heard there was, they said, this is what a government-sponsored cryptocurrency seminar. One of the government functionaries was saying that young people should not focus on crypto, that we should focus on creating product on the blockchain, rather that we should rather focus on blockchain, we should not focus on crypto. And just so a lot of people young people that attended that seminar will buy into that some of those things, and they will end up making. How can you tell a young people not to get involved in crypto? So now, if I hadn't had a knowledge, if I haven't had education of what crypto is, and that was my first time of attending a government sponsored crypto seminar, I was like, oh, this is what I will do. Then I will have followed and sank myself. This is how the government mislead us. When I came back from that seminar, I said, wow, I was just laughing. I said, wow. And so this is, people believe in the government blindly. They think the government care about them. You really think the government love you? I'm laughing at you, brothers and sisters. If you ever think that the government love you, you are the most naive person on this planet. Those guys, have mercy. So if prayers is effective, the government will never promote it. They will never promote anything that will give the citizens power. The government will have what it takes. The government have what it takes to lead people out of poverty. The only thing they push is things that will make them more richer. These people pushed vaccines as if the world will fall down. The same energy that they are using to push vaccines, if they put those energies into eradicating poverty, trust me, nobody will be poor in this world, but they will never do that. So we must be wise. We must be wise. We can make a lot of money by making sure we self-educate ourselves. That is the best form of education, is self-education. Because if you rely on people to educate you, an institution like government or even education as to educate you, they will, for the most part, mislead you. And this is what that has kept us hooked for hundreds of years. By relying blindly on these institutions that we think are there for us. They are not there for us, brothers and sisters. They are not. We must be there for ourselves. And that is why the approach that Chief is taking in TACC is the best approach that anybody that is seeking true empowerment should seek. Chief is not asking you to rely on him. Chief is giving you the power. If he teaches, literally, Chief Abundance is literally teaching us how to fish for ourselves. By making sure TACC becomes, you are not making Chief Abundance rich. You're also making yourself rich. You're not making me, Chief of Staff, rich. Because if TACC becomes 10,000, so it's also 10,000 in your wallet. So unlike your politicians, that when you make them get into that position, you can't even access them anymore. So this new system of cryptocurrency, this new system of money has leveled the playing field, and we must embrace it and we must run with it. I would like to stop here, and I thank Tiashans and I thank our Chief Abundance for creating a platform like the Abundance Community Coin, where we unite and solve some of the greatest problems that affect us as a people. The time is now, and it's a good time to be alive. We must continue to be consistent, we must continue to persevere, and we must continue to know that nothing good comes easy. This is our time. As our brother Mr. Dwight has said, that nothing in the world can stop an idea whose time has come. This is a time for us, and nothing can stop it. Thank you very much. TACC continues to go uphill. Peace.
Put your money in TACC, put your money in TACC, invest and show that your money come back. Put your money in TACC, put your money in TACC, invest and show that your money come back. Everybody say, one child, one youth, one TACC, one child, one youth, one TACC, 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 TACC. Become financially free, join the Abundance Community, Diaspora City. Yeah, we got global accessibility, your future, your currency. Everybody say, one child, one youth, one TACC, one child, one youth, one TACC, 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 TACC. Become financially free. Join the Abundance Community, Diaspora City. Contact our website or social media for more info. Everybody say, one child, one youth, one TACC, one child, one youth, one TACC.